Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. No, I am currently not imprisoned, I am actually at the top of the storage building here in the center of the village. And I thought I would just show you guys what the upstairs of this looks like, this unused space, because fairly often I will get comments of you guys suggesting I should build some stuff up here. And whilst they are really cool suggestions and I would love to do them, I can't really fit most of them. The closest I've come to adding one is you guys have suggested me to add a beacon up here, but if we just do a little bit of counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks wide, so unless we want a measly little one at the top there, is there really any point? I don't know. If I had a disposable amount of beacons, I'm sure I would, because it would be quite cool having the beam shooting up through if we were to replace that top block with glass. But yeah, I just want to show you guys up here because we definitely could put something up here. I'm just not really sure what, so if you got any ideas, feel free to put them in the comments. Anyway, we should start today's episode. I will have to obviously break my way out of here, because I'm a bit trapped. Where has that fence gone? How has it just disappeared like that? Okay, this... What? Okay, I'm gonna have to now go get another fence. Am I being blind? Probably, I'm sure you guys saw where it went. And fence. I watched that recording back and I am still none the wiser where it is, so who knows, it's a big mystery. But anyway, the first thing I want to do today is actually over at the mines here. Last episode I mentioned we were having some issues. Well, we were going to have some issues if I didn't fix them sometime soon, so we should probably get that done right away. I'm thinking I'm actually going to redesign quite a lot of this because I don't really like how this looks. This is the same style as what I did in our previous village, which was medieval style, so it made a lot more sense. This one, it's too much orange and doesn't look particularly good, so I'm thinking I'm going to change the staircase down. I'm going to need to lower it further down because basically, in case you missed last episode, we built a giant tree farm, which is just behind those blocks there. So the mines run into this if they go too far, so I'm going to have to lower this whole thing down by a bunch. And I think I actually want to just change all of this into something a little more special. Out with the old and in with the new. That's how the saying goes, right? Shortly, our first mineshaft will become no more and instead will be replaced by this, which, in my opinion, looks so much better than the original. So let me show you around. For the most part, you can see from where I'm at right now, we're actually nearing the bottom of our quarry hole that was dug from the beginning. I've lowered our resources being brought up by the crane here just so it's actually viewable from down here. It was quite a bit higher up earlier, so I've changed that. We've just got a fencing going around the edge as to keep the villagers from falling off and getting stuck down there and most likely being eaten alive by zombies. And yeah, we've probably got too many mineshafts down here. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them all. I probably will at some point or another. I think there are 30 in total, which is quite a lot. We don't have enough miners or druids for that at the moment, but maybe later on in the village's lifespan, we will have all of these up and running, which I think should be cool. The staircases here made out of sandstone shouldn't cause problems with pathfinding and the villagers pushing each other everywhere, as it's too wide, and the majority of the time they should go up the staircase like so and stick to the inside edge. So hopefully they won't get pushed around here, otherwise yeah, they could end up in there from time to time, but if that's the case I can always just push in the railing a little bit. And yeah, as far as actually getting the resources onto the crane, I've put these tripwire hooks here on each of the 8 sides, and I'm not really sure what they would do, but maybe there's some sort of like string attached to them and you can reel it in over to one side, dump all the resources in and kind of reel it back out ready to be pulled up to the top. And I've also added in a few extra details like this minecart here, which is meant to be as though people are sending down resources. If we just flick this lever here, I'll show you what's inside, just whatever the miners could possibly need anytime now. And come on, please, minecart. You're not... there we go. Okay, so I've just filled this up with pickaxes, torches, and some food if they need it. Just got rid of my beacon there in my inventory in case you saw. And then we've got some chests with some barrels over there, aka note blocks. And somewhere along here I put a crafting bench, Oh, there's the other minecart. I've just done a rail going round to each side. I mean, no, I haven't. I've set it up as though you could put resources at the top. Yes, definitely. Ah, yeah, okay, here is the crafting bench. And I think that's everything I've done. So, yeah, really, really happy with this. Let me just show you the staircase real quick because it's kind of important. You'll see the further we go up, the less stone and more sandstone there is. So the further down you go, yeah, the less sand there is everywhere. I thought that was a nice little detail. The staircase really is not my favorite. And now what I've got to do is close this one up, make sure all of the miners are out of the way as to not trap them down here forever. And yeah, I should get them going over on that side. The sun is just rising, so there shouldn't be any miners down below, so now would probably be a good time to change them before they all wake up and try to go to work. So I'm just going to grab them out of the token, or out of the item frames for now, and we can move them over really quickly. That one doesn't look to be used as much, nor that one. The druids must be doing some good work. Yeah, you can see they're all not too long, so I didn't really need to do this just yet. The druids have been sorting out my issue for now. But I had to make this change at some point or another, and not only that, it just looks so much better. Like, look how bad this looks. I can't wait to get rid of this and have this as our permanent mineshaft. I hear a skeleton somewhere, which is slightly concerning. Hopefully nowhere that can reach the villagers. I think for now I'm going to put them over here, maybe on the top level, just because why not, right? So we'll put one there, and then we'll get the other two over here. Now this is going in the north direction, so maybe if we just fly up to the surface here we can see which way that's going. I think, yeah, they've got plenty of room to go in this direction before they run into the village border, which is, okay, a really far way away. Yes, here it is. So I think they should be able to go this far, which, yeah, that's quite the length. All of our miners are heading down into the new mine shafts for their first day at the new property, I guess. I don't really know. I'm just kind of curious as to how they get on with the staircase and seeing if they get caught in anything. They seem to be doing really well at the moment. You've picked that one. You're gonna... Oh, okay. Not really what I had in mind, guys, but I guess you're being extra efficient on that one mine shaft. You dug a hole 2 blocks there. I'm hoping once I get some more in place, they will maybe even themselves out and spread about a little bit instead of all gathering together on one. Very strange. Maybe they're all just kind of doing this for a little while and over time they'll sort themselves out. I don't know. I'll keep a close eye on them, make sure none of them fall in the hole. Otherwise, well, they're going to probably starve first before they get eaten by zombies. So yeah, I'll just have to keep a close eye on them for a little bit. But yeah, they're working as a team right now, which, hey, that's a good thing. There we go. They figured it out. I knew they'd get there in the end. As you saw, I've gotten rid of the old mine shaft and I've now boarded it up so it's nice and clean looking down here and just goes directly to the new one, which is really nice. But anyway, what I'd quite like to do now is spawn some children in. So if we just fly over real quick, not really needing to fly, but we'll get there twice as fast if we do that. We have 4 beds in the llama house here we built last episode, I think it was. And yeah, he's getting pretty lonely, so I'm going to spawn these 4 children in. Don't really need to be pressing separately on every bed. But yeah, those guys are going to go to school, grow up, and eventually become some profession. I don't know what it is at the moment, but we are going to go purchase them right now. So I'm thinking I'm going to make them all farmers. I know a couple of episodes I said I wasn't going to get any more farmers at the moment, but if we actually just run over to the storage room real quick, I'm pretty low on wheat supply, which is needed for 2 of the animals in the animal pens, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount, but I think I'm using more than I'm making, so I could probably do with a few more farmers, and I've got 4 of them, so they can each be designated to a specific crop, and it works quite well. The llama will have 4 farmer friends surrounding him at nighttime, but yeah, so we're gonna just buy all of those while they're still fairly cheap. So I need, what is that, 4? 20, right? Oh goodness, what have I done? Okay, that was probably not the most efficient way to do that. There we go. Okay, so we've got them for when they grow up. Actually, whilst we're here, I'm thinking I might get a couple more mine shafts while they're still a pretty good price. So maybe for now we'll just get 4 more. That might be a bit overkill, but I've been doing some trading, and yeah, I have emeralds to spend, so yeah, why not? Let's get 4, and then we can place them maybe just below them, leaving me with 23 emeralds, which I think honestly will be enough for what I have planned for the rest of the episode. But yeah, let's go put these in place, and over time I'll trade up some more emeralds again. That was honestly pretty smooth. I'm quite impressed with myself there. So yeah, I'm thinking we place them just below the ones we placed, because that direction over there is what I think has the longest range. It would really be quite pointless putting them this side right now, because there's probably like 20 blocks before they're technically out of the village, so I will leave that side till last, and then that side second to last, and this way can go quite a while. But yeah, this one over here is definitely the furthest, so we'll place all of these in, giving them more options than just the ones up here. Something I need to do now, which is actually long overdue, is mend up my pickaxes here. I've got a bunch in... wrong chest. I've got a lot of resources, by the way, from all the emerald mining we do. Yeah, in this chest here is all of my mending pickaxes, which is from the previous village, because the enchanter will sometimes enchant them with mending on. So yeah, I've got 4 mending pickaxes. And the farm I have isn't really the fastest for XP. I will go and show you here real quick if we just fly over, trying not to die to everything at nighttime. You can see I've just got a little thing here. It's really not special. It's why I haven't shown you it until now, but I thought it would yeah, be a cool thing to just mention real quick. So if we go down the ladder here, soar on down. Okay, that was not smooth. I'm now in a chest. This is where I have a skeleton spawner, which I think I showed you the spawner at least in an episode quite a long time ago. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit down here for quite a long time, honestly, because yeah, as I said, it's really slow. I've got 4 pickaxes to mend up, but my hope is the children will grow up over that time. However, we are technically out of the village at the moment, so yeah, not sure about that, but I need to get this done nonetheless. So all of my tools are now mended up, which is really nice, and it didn't take too long, so even better really. And what's kind of cool is the villagers actually continued to work whilst I was over there. I must assume they can only like stop working when they go out of render distance. The village border must not have an effect on that, which I thought was the case, but yeah, that just proves it, because the children have now grown up into nitwits, and I've gone ahead and given them their farmer tokens, and they should be somewhere around here. I want to try something actually. I'm gonna fit through this gap right here. Oh, okay. That works too. So yeah, they are all in here, I hope. Yep, with the llama, who's getting real friendly with them. I'm not too sure why the beds are yellow, but they're sleeping in them, so it's obviously just a visual glitch. But yeah, gave them all their farmer tokens, and now I need to think of something else to do today. I think I'd actually like to make a couple of changes to our bathhouse here. So if we head on downstairs, it's looking pretty plain here, and honestly, as I said in the episode, there doesn't really need to... Oh, I fell in the water again. Disgusting, get out. It doesn't really need to have too much down here, in fact, but it is looking very plain and could use a couple of details here and there. So I'm unsure what details to add, but something I would like to do is maybe... I think this is the safe direction to dig in. If we just had, you know, just... Oh, great, falling sand, the worst. A little bit of privacy here, and we make some sort of, like, changing room for them to go in, you know, if they don't want to be changing in front of all of the villagers, which is understandable. So we're going to add maybe a couple of banners up here and just some sort of, like, cover, and then maybe... I don't know, some sort of toilet system or something along those lines. I don't know. It's only going to be a very small room with a couple of things, but I think it should be... I don't want you to fall down. I hate falling sand. It's literally the worst. Yeah, should be quite a nice little thing. Alrighty, so I've made a couple of changes down here, one of which you can see a few of them dotted around the wall. These are actually meant to be towels, which was a suggestion from the Circa, which, yeah, it's just a really simple little idea, but I think works quite well. So in case you didn't know, you can actually place a banner on a block, and then the bottom half of it will go into the block below. So kind of looks like quite a short towel, I guess. So I've added a few of them going around the wall as a means to dry themselves when they want to get off. even though there's no way to get out without going in the water, but we won't look too closely into that. And then turns out you're actually unable to hang banners from the bottom of a block, at least in 1.12, which is what this version is. You can see up in the top left there. So yeah, had to just go with a regular door here, but doesn't really matter too much. This is like a little changing station, so we've got a bit of a bigger towel in case they want to dry themselves off. And then just a couple holes in the wall to store their clothes, so maybe put some shoes in here, fold their tops and trousers up and put them in there, and then whatever you want to fit in there you could, and then a toilet, which you don't want to fall into, so be careful of that. So yeah, this place, it's quite disgusting actually. this whole place, not the most hygienic of things, but yeah, there we go, looking a little bit better now. I think what I'd like to do now is focus on getting ourselves an enchanter, so we have a means to enchant the tools that the blacksmith makes, and yeah, just makes everybody work more efficiently, those of which who use a tool, that is. And yeah, maybe I'll get a few mending ones from here and there. Oh, whoops, forgot to place the sand back. 2 seconds. Let's just pretend you didn't see that. I totally didn't forget to fill all that in. Anyway, so if we go and take a look at the merchant here, not merchant, sorry, tradesman, you'll see the enchanter is priced at a very pricey 30 emeralds, which I think I actually have at the moment, which isn't too bad. But the main issue here is that we don't actually have any more bed spaces left. But the enchanter is quite a special villager, and I'd quite like to make him a home of his own. So we're going to go build that somewhere in the walls. I don't actually know where yet. Just a quick little time lapse for this one, as it's not exactly the biggest of builds. It's only a 2-person home, and kind of not a home either, really. This is actually a tent. Still technically a home, I guess, just not a regular one you would expect. So yeah, I thought a tent would be a little cool thing and something a bit different to do for our enchanter. That blue wall there is very vibrant and a lot stands out a lot more than the blue terracotta, so I might actually change that depending on what you guys say. Perhaps we could use purple wall instead, although that's really just as bright and to me looks exactly the same as the blue wall, but that's just my colorblind eyes. It's probably a lot different to all of you. But anyway, so we've just got a little tent here, and it's got like an open front to it so you can see in. Obviously I had to have a door in there at some point. We've also got another bed, so he will have to be sharing with somebody else. Maybe I can hire like 2 enchanters, although that would be a bit of a waste at the moment. And they tend to switch beds anyway throughout the cycle of the village, so he probably won't even stay here. But as far as the inside go, we've just got that little fire totem for, I don't know, practicing his spells maybe. And then out front we've got 2 chairs with, I think that's called like a spit roast, where you would put some sort of animal or piece of meat on there and then rotate over the open fire, and then yeah, they can snack on that. So I thought that was a cool little detail. But there we go, the enchanter's tent. Bit of a different building for this one, but I quite like it. Day 247. The llama still has his head through the trapdoor. He likes it in there, I promise. He can get out whenever he wants, I think. So yeah, let me just go give you a better view of the tent, because I had limited space in that time lapse, couldn't really get a good angle. So yeah, this is what it's looking like, and as I said, the blue is quite bright in comparison to everything else. So if you guys have another wall block, or maybe just another block in general we could use, perhaps cyan wool wouldn't maybe be quite as bright on the eyes. I don't know, you guys can have a think and let me know if you want me to change it. It doesn't look too bad, I think. It just, yeah, it's so much brighter than the blue terracotta, which, by the way, I know it's blue, or sorry, I know this is actually more of a purple block, but technically it's blue terracotta, that's why I call it that. So we now need to go buy the 2-person home token, because as you can see, the beds here haven't changed color yet, so I'm yet to place that in. If we just fly, actually I need to stop off at the merchant stall and grab my emeralds. Hello buddy, I might need to do some trading with you today. I've been doing a bit here and there off camera, which is why I probably have more emeralds than last time you saw. I don't know. So we need the architect. Hopefully these aren't too expensive. They shouldn't be yet. Yeah, 12 emeralds. It's not too bad. What were they to begin with? I want to say like 7 or 8 when you first start the village. So prices are going up, that is for sure. But if we can just head on. Oh, rockets in the hotbar, ready to go. We can go place this down in the token round the back. Obviously it doesn't particularly look like a tent round here, but I kind of had to have this wall here because a door is needed to make it a valid structure. I need 2 hearts, and usually when I go anywhere near this house, yep, there is twinkling of some kind. So is that just one? Oh no, we got 2 here. Perfect. Okay, so we can go place these down in the tent, and one of these are going to become the village enchanter. One of them at least. At some point far down the line we may get another one, but hopefully one of you have a very enchanter-like name. So place you down, and you, we have Molly Dargan, 2 A's, that's a bit enchantress, right? And we have, hold still please, Norris Pinchon, something like that. Well, one of you, oh goodness, don't fall in the fire. I don't actually know if you're able to do that. Let's just hope they don't. Oh god, they're getting very close for comfort though. I didn't even notice. Norris here is a bit of a child prodigy again. So I think this guy might be becoming the village enchanter, unless you, Molly, completely excel Norris here in school. I always find myself delving into my own sapling supply to put more saplings down in the tree farm here. I don't really know what it is with the lumberjacks, they just don't like to hang around and pick them up and plant them back down, which I can't blame them. It does take a little while for it all to fall down, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. I wish there would be some sort of way that they would always plant them down in the same place every time, because downstairs in the tree farm every now and again a sapling will get moved around, like a birch one will be where an oak one is meant to be, and it doesn't really matter. It just kind of grinds my gears a little bit, you know, but yeah, it's not the end of the world, is it? So whilst our children are growing up, I need to find myself something to do. There seems to be a loose chicken over here. He hasn't obviously been wrangled up to go in the pens just yet. Maybe one day he'll get collected. And I think I'm actually going to build another house, because never can get that. Build another house because I could do with some more miners. If we just come and check out the mine shafts here. Oh, hello minecart. They're very short. All of them are being used, but the druids are kind of working faster than the miners, which honestly isn't a problem, but with diamonds. With how short these are, it probably wouldn't hurt to have some more miners. So I think I'm going to build either a 2 or 4 person home somewhere else in the village whilst I let those 5 days pass by for our children to grow up into nitwits. I have actually made pretty light work of this house here, so the children have yet to grow up. I suppose that's the benefit of planning in a test world and then building it in survival, but yeah, the downside is I do everything too fast and the villagers take too long, so we're gonna have to wait a couple more nights for them to grow up, I think, before we can make them the enchanter. But let me show you around. So this is actually gonna be two-person home. We've got the other one up there. You can just see the item frame. So let me show you the downstairs first, which is a lot more open and has a bit more room. So we've got a nice little reading area over here with some storage, just a table, nice painting of Mechlin, and then the beds are over here, which will of course turn green when we place the tokens down. And then the villagers living upstairs will go up the staircase, obviously through the same front door, and then into their home here, which is a little cramped, and only just fits the overcrowding limit. So I think it's like 26 blocks we have in here, floor space, and they need 24 for a two-person home, and the only ones that aren't a villager item, such as the chairs and the beds, are these two ones here, the slab and the fence. So yeah, we have exactly 24 spaces in here, so just about cram this in, only slightly, and a nice little clock on the wall. Obviously, I couldn't really do too much up here. I suppose we had better buy the two-person homes while I'm thinking about it, so let's grab our emeralds out of the chest and head on into the town hall, where we will find our tradesman and, what's your name again? Architect. I always forget you. Kepri and Atum here are doing great. Still haven't really figured out anything else to do with them. A lot of you said we should worship them, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day in the future we'll do something with them, but that's going to probably require quite a lot of work, and I don't have any more time in today's episode. So I need you, first of all. Going to buy some more two-person homes. I know it's all I seem to be buying at the moment. There we go. And I suppose while we're here, we might as well get the enchanter icon, as well as I think the other one I'm going to get in the enchanter's tent is just going to be a little miner. Because, yeah, we need some more. So one of them can be a miner, and the other can be the enchanter, which has stayed the same price, thankfully. So 30 emeralds. Quite expensive. Quite expensive indeed. Simply to cut down on waiting time, I'm going to spawn in the 4 children to go into these homes right here. I am not sure what they're going to end up being. I will have to decide that in 5 days' time. Come on guys, spread apart a bit. There we go. As you can see, the first 2 children have grown up into nitwits, and they're resting their weary head underneath the tent here. I bet it's nice and toasty. So I think you are the smart one. Yeah, Norris something. You are still 22 intelligence, not bad, but you're going to become a miner. This is probably going to mess up your bed for the night. And you, Norris, are going to become the village enchanter. Oh, you look. You've aged a lot in that short space of time. He's grown a beard and got grey hairs now, but yeah, he is level 29. That's a really good start. As you can see, the other 4 children are yet to grow up, so we're probably going to have to wait a few days for them. I'm assuming these guys up here are the same. We did spawn them at the same time. Yep, looking ever so creepy. So I think I actually want to make these guys miners, and that's because... Llama? Are you okay? Have you changed color, or are you just like stuck in a block? I think you're stuck in a block, but that's very strange. Anyway, that llama is is quite the character. So I only have 28 emeralds, and as I said, I want to make them all miners because all of them are still very short at the moment, the mine shaft, so it probably wouldn't hurt to get some more. 4 maybe a bit overkill, but nah, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. So these are all 8 emeralds, as you can see. I am 4 short, so I'm going to have to wait for the merchant to show up today and gather together 4 whole more emeralds. Still waiting on the merchant, but as you just saw there, my children have now grown up into nitwits, ready for their tokens, but I just want to check out Norris's first day on the job here, see what he does. He is crafting paper. That's what he's going to be doing the majority of the time. He has 2 roles. Oh, you've gathered together a lot of stuff. He enchants stuff, and he makes paper, I think, to sell, although I think the teacher can do something with books. I'm not really sure. I never really understood that part. I think they make books to like increase how fast the children gain intelligence. I don't actually know, but you can see he only crafts 3 paper at a time and then goes and delivers it back. So yeah, he's going to be keeping busy because we have plenty of sugarcane. So yeah, for the majority of the time, he's going to be crafting up paper. I may actually untick that at some point, just so he, yeah, stops doing that and focuses on getting some good enchantments. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Slam, slam. He's not having it. Okay, so he has actually got some actually kind of bad trades today if I was going for a lot of emeralds, but thankfully he's got this egg trade here, which I probably have around about 32 eggs, and we can get an even 4 and then trade them in for our tokens and yeah, give them to all of our nitwits and they can get on with some work. So there we go, all of the miner tokens have been given out. I'm honestly not even sure how many we have now, probably more than any other profession, but that's not really a bad thing. We can get plenty of good stuff from down in the mines here, and yeah, I'm really happy with what we've done today's episode, especially this. I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. It looks, oh, sorry, sprung back a bit there. Looks so much better than the previous ones. I think they're all going up to bed now as it's nearing nighttime, but yes, that is going to be it for today's episode, guys. I really hope you did enjoy it. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.